Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Dirty Books, and this is a comedic, dramatic short film from director Zachary Lapierre, written by Ian Everhart and Lapierre, and this film focuses on the story of this high schooler who runs his newspaper that's being threatened, and he's desperately trying to find this story, and David is going to do anything that he can to really make sure that this paper's getting the attention that it deserves. And Noah Lewis Bailey plays David. And David's not the most likable kid. Obviously, there's admirable aspects to him. Like, he's very successful. He is driven. He really cares about this paper and the print media. And he's going to fight for it. And that's admirable. David just chooses some of the not best ways of trying to do that, doing provocative things and finding these ways to get attention and viewership up somewhat, and maybe not somewhat, really compromising on what this paper really means. And it's interesting seeing over the course of like this 16-minute film his rise and downfall, because a lot of it he brings upon himself with his friendship and the way that he communicates with especially one of the writers at the newspaper, who he really just dejects and puts into a situation where he's desperate, but then he's, with his attitude and his behavior, is forcing others to become desperate, and it really comes back to bite him. And this is a very interesting cautionary tale of how much are you willing to compromise on your values and the how to get the what. And I think this film, despite the fact that, like, you know, this is a short film, doesn't have a whole lot of time to work with, 16 minutes, and, you know, it leans into some, like, coming-of-age, teenage kinds of beats. It's something that really puts a spotlight on media and the challenge of, like, how far will you go to get a story? And how much is it important that there's thought and respect and honor in that process and what you're producing? And I really appreciate, as this film comes to its climax, you have Dr. Bradley, Timothy J. Cox character, who's like the principal of the school, this final dynamic between him and David. I think Cox brings a very authentic and, like, sure kind of authority figure who's fair. Like, David can't really argue a whole lot of what has come to this point. And I appreciate their dynamic in this film. And, you know, David's certainly an interesting character. And we get to see him certainly make mistakes and hopefully grow from it. And, you know, he's still a little bit arrogant as he goes out with his consequences that he has for his actions. But this is an interesting little film that tells a story that certainly grabs your attention and also has, like, bigger ideas that you can think about. And obviously journalism, media, the news is such a big piece media today, and that resonates. And I think that's an interesting layer to this film, that despite the fact that this is 9 years old, still has that kind of connection that you could think about today. But those are my thoughts on Dirty Books. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in, supporting your Wasteland reviewer.